Mordor, home to some of the most terrifying creatures Middle-earth has ever seen. Crocs, Caragors, orcs, my long-lost twin Gollum, a college student with questionable gaming skills who spends more time alone and isolated in his room than talking to real people. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, has always been one of my favorite games, but there's just one tiny problem that keeps the game from being a masterpiece. This game is just way too easy. No difficulty setting means that this game becomes a walk in a park with maxed out weapons and skills. So, to make things a bit more difficult this time, I decided to play this playthrough by only using level 1 skills, no runes on any of my weapons, and stealth kills on captains and war chiefs are banned. Oh, and to punish my soul even more, I played this on Permadeath rules. So if I die, it's all the way back to the beginning. For the sake of preserving what little is left of my rotten brain, I stuck to the main story missions, just to avoid redoing every side quest. I'm not ready to spend the next 50 years on this challenge. With the odds heavily stacked against me and expecting an absolute ass kicking, I started my first attempt. Starting off with a little combat tutorial, we step into the boots of Talion. But his peaceful life quickly shatters when his bastion is attacked by Uruks, and the Black Hand of Sauron murders his family first and then Talion himself. However, Talion is banished from death, as he is bound to the spirit of Celebrimbor, the ancient elven blacksmith that gives him supernatural abilities. Now the best soundtrack in gaming history. I quickly learn some of the basic mechanics, such as how to use Talion's bow and his wraith abilities, to gather information from worm Uruks, those are the Uruks with the green dot above their head, who spit out information about captains when interrogated. And we're introduced to the Nemesis system, one of the best features in all of gaming, but we don't talk about what Warner Brothers did with the system. Anyway, one of these worms provides us with information about our first target, marking the start of our first mission. Okay, if he dies from a sneak attack, it will suck. Nice. Okay, that's the first mission done. After taking down our first captain, I made my way over to the next mission, where we are introduced to Wraith Vision, which is basically the Tolkien version of Assassin's Creed's Eagle Vision. Using the Wraith Vision, we follow a trail that leads to a hidden artifact. After touching the artifact, Talion experiences a flashback of Celebrimbor's past, and once he wakes up from his little nap, he finds Gollum, who leads Talion to other artifacts throughout the story. While wandering through Mordor to give Twitch chat a tour of the map, I stumbled into my first surprise encounters with some captains. These brave souls thought they had a chance against me, but I showed them what dwarf gameplay is all about. Nice, okay, we get the next one. Now it's time to meet Redback. Redback, or Redback the Coward if you prefer, is like that one friend who always acts tough but runs off as soon as anyone gets serious. Redback, you useless piece of... He's kind of annoying, but I fell in love with his character over time. After freeing Redback, he asks me to help him find the Captain Goroth, without raising the alarm. No. Why are you jumping down? They will raise the alarm now and I'm... Wait, can I kill him? Okay, I saved the mission. I saved it. As you saw, I managed to pull that off perfectly. Almost, at least. But not a single alarm sounded. I think he's not... No, he's not an insta-kill. Nice. Nice, okay. That should be the story mission. With Goroth out of the way, our mission ends. But I'm far from done with Redback. As we head into the next mission, we run into Brock the Twin, who has captured Redback and seems pretty eager to make some new decorations for his Christmas tree with Redback's head. Redback, true to his name, decides his best move here is to not help, leaving me to fend off Brock and his gang entirely on my own. Okay, we have no time limit now, so that's good. Okay, this is easy. I don't want to... Okay, nice. In Redback's last mission, I face one of the 5 war chiefs, Morg the Blood Lord. To reach Morg, you will first need both halves of the Heilig Tree's secret medallion. After so much wandering, your legs resemble this. Take the medallions to the Grand Rift of Road and select Hoy's secret medallion. Don't pick the wrong option unless you love backtracking. Once in a consecrated snowfield, stick west until you find Frogface and send him into the afterlife, which will activate the portal. This portal drops you into Morgwyn Palace and just run past the locals until you arrive at the Dynasty Mausoleum entrance. Grab the map from the Dead Traveler and continue running past the average American neighborhood to avoid dying. Reach this lift after your 3rd controller got a kiss from the floor because you suck at gaming, and congratulations, you're 1 Morg closer to sweet victory. Hello? Yes? Oh, it's this Morg? Okay, alright, my bad, sorry. Okay, this Morg is pretty easy.
Try that again. Waste of time. Take a what are you waiting for? Do it.
Oh my god, you're in for a treat. Once the Redback show wraps up, I decided to visit Gollum again for the next missions. But these Gollum missions are about as thrilling as watching grass grow. So I mowed through both of them and moved on. I then get to stroll around with Hirgon, collecting a poisonous flower along the way, and I won't even try to pronounce it. I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube with this one. Anyway, after slaying all the flowers and Hirgon stops preaching the whole goddamn Bible to me, my task is to sneak into the Uruk camp and poison their grog, which is basically their idea of beer. All this has to be done in stealth. And stealth requires skill. Skill that I don't have. Why can't I? How? I pressed, okay. No, why is he falling? No. Just to clarify, I don't count failed missions as a death unless I actually die during the mission. So after sneaking around and poisoning the 5 barrels... Okay, nice, we did it. Nice. I finally moved on to the fun part of this challenge, hunting down and taking out all the other war chiefs. To make this easier for me, I wanted to find and deal with each war chief's bodyguards first. So when it was time to face the war chiefs, I would only have to deal with them alone. So I set off my Uruk hunt and quickly found myself in a rather unexpected situation. 3 captains, all conveniently standing together, practically begging for a fight. Naturally, I took on the challenge, and after slaying down all 3 without struggling, I was feeling pretty good.
You'll pay for this. I'll kill you next time, you filth.
Nope. Oh, he is also dead. This newfound confidence made me think, yeah, I can totally handle a war chief and his bodyguards at the same time. And I need to say, that confidence was very, very misplaced. I decided to take on my first war chief. And then I realized 2 more captains were hanging out in the same area, plus the war chief and his bodyguard also joined the party. So, after half an hour of climbing around and using negative 20% of my brain power... Okay, I think I will die here. I need to get out of here. I came up with a new plan. I jump in, get the attention of the war chief, then lure him out of the outpost, where I will have more room to fight. Genius, right? Except it didn't work. How did that hit me? How did that one attack hit me? Close one. Okay. I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead. Yeah.
The Chems will love this.
Damn it. Guess it's time to start over. After that unimpressive first attempt, I jumped straight into round 2. Thankfully, the early missions are easy enough to get through without much effort. So I did my loser's lap back to where it all fell apart and rebuilt my shattered confidence just enough before facing my first war chief again. This time, the RNG gods smiled on me because he decided to face me alone. Guess he didn't get the bring friends memo. Okay, maybe it's easy. After finally claiming my first kill, my bloodlust took over, and I cleaned house on the captains. And I mean, Sauron might need to start recruiting with how empty this board is now. With most captains cleared out, I headed over to my next war chief mission, which came with a bit of a learning curve. To make him show up, I needed to make 5 supporters flee. Turns out, my terrorize skill was a level 2 skill, which I only unlocked for this mission. Yeah, that didn't work out. All I had to do was shoot down 5 Morgai fly nests, which, for some reason, sends orcs running like they've seen Sauron naked in front of them. Once the war chief made his entrance, I finally used my brain cells to shoot down a Caragor bait and let the Caragors do the dirty work while I took on the war chief. Ouch. Oh, I have no shot. Okay.
You're the last ugly thing I'll ever see.
Nice. 2 out of 4. Now it was time to take on the last of the 4, but as soon as I started, I was hit with flashbacks to my last attempt, as this was the area I lost my previous run. Thankfully, the RNG gods continued to bless my tiny head, as I got a quick and easy kill, but not before I used a touch of Swiss movement spice to get him into a Uruk-free zone. You can buy Swiss movement spice at movementspices.com, where we offer a variety of unique blends including sneak attack seasoning, critical hit cayenne, and precision pepper. Movement spices. Flavor your fights the way you want. Nice. We got all. Next up, Hirgon treated me to another of his legendary yapping sessions while we make our way to the Dark Monument. Our mission here is to blow up the monument by pushing a cart full of grog barrels right up to a giant gate. We will just push this, we won't die. Nice. So, with the monument now reduced to rubble, it's time to head into the first boss fight of the game. But before that, Redbird gets launched into outer space, right before Talion makes his entrance. And I've got to be honest here, this boss fight is pretty underwhelming. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons this game isn't that hard is because all of the boss battles are a total letdown. Well, except for the Grog boss fight, but we get to that soon enough. Back to the fight. Though the battle itself is lackluster and repetitive, Talion delivers a kill animation so brutal, leaving you both stunned and also oddly satisfied. Next, we meet Lithariel, who has ventured into Mordor on behalf of her mother, Lady Marvin. Lithariel offers her help in Talion's quest for vengeance, but only if he joins and helps her in the now newly unlocked area, the Sea of Nirnan. The next mission begins right as we enter the new area, as we follow a Google trail into a cave where we uncover another artifact and get sent into another of Celebrimbor's flashbacks. After waking up from nappy time, we need to face what is in my opinion the worst enemy in the game.
What is that creature?
The Google Matrone. This monster is fast as hell and takes more damage than a f***ing tank. After barely surviving that fight, I get saved by one of my own, as the dwarf Torwin saves my ass from getting eaten, and I unlock his set of story quests we will take on shortly. Proceeding with the story, Lady Marvin assigned me to use the new brand skill, who allows Talion to brand Uruks who will follow his lead. We get to use that skill instantly, as we need to rescue some of Lithariel's men, but first we need to brand some archers. In stealth. You know what happens next.
Gaze into the light of my eye. See
I really need to work on my stealth approach. Anyway, I completed the mission on my second try without a struggle. Following that, we have to brand the captain, make him a bodyguard for a war chief by helping him recruit some orcs, and then command him to betray the war chief so he can take his place. Then, I jumped into the first Torving hunting mission. And, well, I will let the footage speak for itself.
Chances you have two options. Knock the bastard down or eat dirt.
I pressed...
If the Caragor draws blood, you're doing it.
10. I blame it on you. Well, I guess we restart. After blaming my Twitch chat for the loss of the run, so I could still cling on my fragile ego, I deleted the save game and started a new attempt. So, on attempt number 3, I ran it back to where it all went wrong without any struggles. This time though, I decided to take a different approach. I tackled all the hunter missions first. I didn't want to complete all the story missions first again, just to lose the run after failing to tame another Caragor. So, I summoned my inner Beastmaster and got to work. Finally, the time has come for the last hunting mission, the showdown with the legendary Graug. But before we got there, I had a few close calls.
So keep you on your toes. Oh, take your time, Captain. Maybe we'll get lucky and Graug will die of old age.
I pressed A. Thank you. After edging Twitch chat for a bit, we arrived at a cave where Talion discovers yet another of Celebrimor's artifacts, and upon waking up, we jump into what I genuinely think is the best boss fight in the game. Granted, the competition is mediocre. My controller aim is so bad. Pick it up, yeah. Talion, please. Please, Talion, thank you. Yeah, we did it. No more hunting missions. With that, we are officially done with the hunting missions and back to the real story missions. From here, it was time to redo the branding missions. And once Group League was promoted to his rightful war chief status, the next step was to brand 4 more war chiefs, and since basically every approach I took was the same, I would narrate this part in detail. But let's face it, it is pretty boring. I don't want him dead.
Unless I get there first.
I don't want him dead. Nice.
You murderer!
And there we go. Okay, nice.
Be careful.
So after all that chaos, it was time to tackle the last missions before the final. The first mission was a stealth challenge, where I had to sneak into an Uruk fortress and clear out 3 areas without raising the alarm. Surprisingly, it went smoothly. I first took down a sort of captain, then I let explosives and a Karagor do the work, while the real MVP stood on the high ground. Things took a turn when Lithariel got herself caught by Uruks. And now Talion needs to save her from being, well, killed. Being the polite gentleman that I am, I dashed to save her, carrying her out of the fortress. I think there are only 2 missions left. We fight the tower and then the Black Hand. Shut up, Jonas, I won't die. Next came the second to last mission, facing the tower. Before the showdown, I had to eliminate a horde of orcs led by a captain. Good thing I brought backup, as they took care of business. Inside the bastion, the tower gives a minor lore dump, nothing really important, and then we get to the boss fight. In this fight, all I have to do was stealth brand him repeatedly to drain his life bar. And the only thing that makes this hard, it's that it's a time-based mission, but the game gives you way more time than you actually need.
see your family again.
So this boss fight was easy. Once that was done, it was time for the final mission, and honestly, I wasn't nervous at all. And if I play it safe from here, nothing could go wrong, right? So I took on the 5 talents of the hand and let my warships take the lead, because as I said before, if I play it safe, there is no way it can go wrong. Oh nope. I will stay in the back a lot in this fight because I'm having like 0 health. After my minions took care of the enemies, I ascended the Black Gate to confront the Black Hand himself, where he attacks us with a Dragon Ball style energy blast attack that catapults us into the last flashback, where the Ring of Power betrays Celebrimbor for Sauron. Now sit back and enjoy the uncut footage of the game's final showdown. I'm shivering. That's it, we did it. And after that anticlimactic finish, the end credits start rolling and this challenge is complete. With only 2 resets in total, if I had to rate this challenge for its difficulty, I'd give it a solid 3 out of 12 red bags. I definitely overestimated this challenge. Don't get me wrong, it was fun, but the difficulty didn't live up to my expectations. The game is not built for permadeath runs, and even with the debuff I imposed on myself, you can still beat the game comfortably if you play it smart. Thank you guys so much for the support on my last video. It truly means the world to me. If you enjoyed this one, consider subscribing and following me on Twitch, where all these challenges unfold live. It's the same name over there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.